They wanted to incite their audiences. Incite, what does that mean? Incite means to make people angry or excited. Okay? Incite their audiences. What is audience? Audience is the people who are watching or listening to a play or a film or a concert. Audio means related to sound or hearing. Okay? They wanted to enrage them. What does that mean? Enrage. Enrage means to make them be very angry. What does rage mean? Rage means great anger that is difficult to control. Enrage, if you have in at the front of a word, it means to make something in this state. So enrage means to make people angry, okay? Like if you have empower, that's em, but that means it's the same meaning. Empower means give power, okay? This, of course, was done for the purpose of the revolution. By using montage properly, filmmakers can show on screen exactly what many writers can convey on paper. By using montage properly, what does that mean? Properly. Properly means correctly, okay? In the right way. Filmmakers can show on screen. What is a screen? Screen is a flat vertical surface on which a picture or a film is shown, okay? Exactly what many writers can convey on paper. Convey, what does that mean? Convey means to carry something or transport something. But in this case, it means conveying and conveying information or idea means to make other people know of that idea or information. Do you understand? Convey. Here's an example. Sergei Eisenstein directed the movie Striker in 1925. Sergei Eisenstein directed. What does that mean, direct? If you direct a film or a play, you decide how it's going to appear on stage or in the scene. Do you understand? And tell the actors and the attendants what to do. Decide how it's going to appear on screen, okay, or on the performance on stage, okay. Directed the movie Striker. What is Striker? What does strike mean? Strike means to stop working for over a period of time to get better pay or condition for oneself. Do you understand? Near the end of the film, the strikers in the movie are violently cut down with weapons. Violently, what does that mean? If something is violent, they use physical force or weapons to kill or harm or injure people or animals. That's being violent. During the massacre, Eisenstein added some shots of cattle being slaughtered. During the massacre. What's a massacre? If you have mass, it means a lot of things, okay? Massacre means a lot of people, killing a lot of people violently and cruelly, okay? At the same time. Eisenstein added some shots. What's a shot? Shot is the filming, okay? Shots is the scenes, okay? The scenes of cattle being slaughtered. What is cattle? Cattle are cows and bulls, okay? Cattle being slaughtered. What does slaughter mean? Slaughter means to kill a lot of people or animals unnecessarily and cruelly, okay? The message was that The masses were being slaughtered just like animals. The message, what's a message? Message is what you want to say to people, okay, when you can't contact them directly. Message was that the masses, a lot of people, were being slaughtered just like animals. That was an effective example of montage. Effective, what does that mean? Effective means working well and bringing the intended result well, okay? Let's go to the next part.
So, in the film clip we just saw, who can tell me which scene shows an outstanding example of montage?
The shower scene. It's got to be that.
Absolutely. In the movie Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock never actually shows the woman being murdered. Did you notice that? Instead, he shows the killer's knife and the woman in the shower. However, you, the audience, immediately realize what's happening, but you don't actually see it occur. Hitchcock was a master of montage. He often used it to create suspense in many of his films. In our next clip, let's check out a few more examples of montage. Ellen, could you hit the lights again, please?
So what is this part about? This part is about, in fact, the professor showed a clip of a movie, and she asked the students if they have caught a scene which is an outstanding example of montage, okay? And the student answered, it's the shower scene, okay? The name of the movie was Psycho, and the director doesn't show the woman being murdered, okay? Instead, he shows the killer's knife and the woman in the shower. So he puts those scenes, okay, together to mean that the woman is in the shower is murdered by the man with the weapon. Do you understand? And he used it to create suspense. Okay, that was his intention. So in the film clip we just saw, who can tell me which scene shows an outstanding example of montage? In the film clip, what is a clip? Clip is a short piece of film, okay? Who can tell me which scene shows an outstanding example of montage? What does outstanding mean? Outstanding means impressive or remarkable. Out has the meaning of going beyond. You stand beyond something else. That means you're doing something very well, so that, or there's a feature that is very recognizable. So outstanding means you're doing a good job or having a remarkable quality. Okay. The shower scene. It's got to be that. I mean, it has to be that. All right. Absolutely. What does that mean? Absolutely. It means totally and completely. In the movie Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock never actually shows the woman being murdered. In the movie Psycho. What does psycho mean? Psycho means related to the mind. Psycho is a person with a serious mental illness and may act very violently without regretting what he has done. Do you understand? Alfred Hitchcock never actually shows. What does that mean, actually? Actual means, relating to the real situation, okay? Actually means really, okay? Shows the woman being murdered. What does that mean, murder? Murder means you intentionally kill people, a person, okay? Did you notice that instead he shows the killer's knife and the woman in the shower? However, you, the audience, immediately realize what's happening. However, what does that mean? If you use however, you're going to talk about something that is different or contrasts what you have just said. You, the audience, immediately realize, immediately, what does that mean? Immediately means without delay, okay? Right after something, all right? Realize what's happening. What does that mean, realize? Realize means get to know. But you don't actually see it occur. What does that mean, occur? Occur means happen. Hitchcock was a master of montage. What's a master? Master is someone who is very skilled at something. He often used it to create suspense in many of his films. What does that mean, create? Create means to make, okay? Make something exist. Suspense, what is this? Suspense is the state of excitement or anxiety about what is going to happen very soon. Do you understand? In our next clip, let's check out a few more examples of montage. Ellen, could you hit the lights again, please? What does that mean, hit the light? If you hit something, that means you turn it on or turn it off. In this case, turn the light off, please, so we can see the clip. If you want to see the slide, you have to turn the light off. Let's move on to the questions. What is this? What aspect of montage does the professor mainly discuss? What aspect? It's about how some filmmakers made use of it in the past, okay? The Soviet filmmakers in the 1910s and Sergei Einstein in 1925 and Alfred Hitchcock also, okay? Let's look at other options. A, which emotions it is expected to affect in the audience? Emotions is feelings, all right? It's not mainly about the emotions that a montage is expected to affect the audience, okay? So it's not mainly about that. As a matter of fact, she talked about Hitchcock using it to create suspense, but that's just a part. C, when it is first utilized by movie directors. Utilize means to use, okay? The professor mentions when it's first used. It's in 1910s by the Soviet filmmakers, but that's not the main part of this lecture. D, what the most famous example of it in a movie is? This is not about the most famous example. Do you understand? Most famous example usually means one, okay? But the professor didn't talk about the most famous example of it, okay? And if the option, in general, in any question, if the option has something like the most, this is called a superlative, okay? These kind of words in it, it's likely that it's not the answer. Because if there's only one exception, the statement is wrong. So in many cases, if they have this superlative, that means it's usually not the answer, but not always, right?